Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I created this video about this remarkable book, but I believe it's worth revisiting because of the immense value it contains. From personal experience, I can confidently say that this book has been truly life-changing for me. I first came across Think and Grow Rich in 2004 or 2005, and when I read it, I realized there were so many things I didn't understand about how reality works. Motivated by its lessons, I began applying its principles, and this one book became instrumental in transforming my life. At that time, I was in a corporate job and had incurred a massive debt of $20,000. It was the teachings in this book that enabled me to pay off that debt in a relatively short period. Not only that, but these same principles helped me attract the exact house I was searching for, the very first house I bought. While living in that house, I revisited the book and read it again. It inspired me to leave my corporate job and start my own IT business. Since becoming a full-time entrepreneur in 2009, I've consistently returned to Think and Grow Rich, reading it cover to cover multiple times. Each time I reread it, I uncover new insights, ideas I didn't recognize, value, or fully understand during my first, fourth, or even fifth reading. This book has been a cornerstone in my journey, continuously revealing layers of wisdom that guide me to greater success. It's actually all the times that I read it and took action on it that made a difference. That being said, a lot of interesting thoughts flowed through my mind when I came to this realization. I wondered, what if I read it again? So yesterday I sat down and read it cover to cover. What was interesting was that the information felt like it was new again. Granted, there were stories, examples, and elements I recognized. I knew I was reading the same book. But what stood out for me were the insights, the perspectives, and the deeper understanding that came from revisiting it. Reading it again helped me reevaluate some of the things I was doing. It allowed me to magnify the things I'm doing right now, work on eliminating bad habits I had unknowingly returned to, and identify areas for improvement. The list of benefits goes on and on. That's why I believe making a video about this book will not only provide fresh insights and perspectives, but also deepen your understanding. I hope it inspires you to read this book multiple times throughout your personal evolution and journey in life. Contained within its pages are the principles of success. As simple and pragmatic as some of them might sound, the truth is that we can always do more, and we can always improve our ability to implement these principles. They provide endless opportunities for learning, growing, and refining our actions. In fact, this might be the one book a person needs to read when it comes to personal development and success. I know I'm a fan of reading various books and exploring different ideas, but this one stands out as the original classic, not necessarily because it was the first source of the information it contains. Many books, documents, and spiritual texts written hundreds of years before Think and Grow Rich laid the groundwork for its principles. When you recognize this, you realize that the information in the book is rooted in core principles that apply not just to success, but to life itself. What I've done here is go through all the chapters and pull out some key quotes for discussion. This is probably going to be a lengthy video, but I'm excited to create it because it serves multiple purposes. First, it will reveal specific elements in the book that you might have missed the first few times you read it. Second, it might validate things you already knew or shift your perspective on certain passages, allowing you to see them in a new light with higher clarity and impact. For me personally, this process will help reprogram my subconscious mind and further integrate these principles into my life. Regardless of your current level of understanding, there's always room to take these principles deeper. Creating this audio will not only benefit me, but also offer you a tool to listen to repeatedly, helping maintain a certain mindset, a vibration, as Napoleon Hill calls it. This vibration, or success consciousness, is a heightened state of awareness that enables you to recognize opportunities you might have overlooked before. It's the kind of consciousness required to truly grasp and apply the principles discussed here. The difference is that when someone adopts success consciousness, they begin to see opportunities everywhere. Interestingly, those opportunities were likely always present. They just couldn't perceive them until they changed their state of mind. They needed to shift into what Napoleon Hill refers to as a higher state of vibration to recognize those opportunities. Now, this concept might sound esoteric, but let's bring it into common knowledge. It's well understood that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Even if this idea seems abstract, there's undeniable truth to it. Consider the many situations in life where some people perceive challenges as disadvantages or roadblocks, while others see the same situations as opportunities or advantages. For instance, there are individuals born into poverty who use their circumstances to fuel a burning desire, a concept highlighted in Napoleon Hill's work, to achieve wealth and success. If these individuals hadn't faced those challenging environments, they might not have developed the drive, motivation, and discipline required to implement the principles of success. In this way, their hardships became the foundation for their achievements. Truth be told, when you look at reality a certain way, reality responds by presenting you with information, opportunities, and even attracting certain people into your life. If you are a person who is pleasing, has a good personality, and shows authenticity without putting up a front, you naturally draw others to you. Being energetic, enthusiastic, passionate, and purposeful makes you magnetic. People are attracted to that energy, and these individuals often become part of what is known as a mastermind. A mastermind occurs when the mind of one person combines with the mind of another to create a third mind. Through collaboration, connection, and mutual effort, you can achieve remarkable results in the world, creating success and adding value to others. This, in turn, can lead to financial rewards and significant wealth. These outcomes are the natural result of integrating such principles into your life. So, let's begin. Chapter 1. The Introduction. Truly, thoughts are things, and powerful things at that, when they are mixed with definiteness of purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for their realization into riches or other material goals. Thoughts are the seeds of action. When you dive deeper, you'll discover that thoughts have the power to trigger actions, influence others, and manifest tangible results in reality. It all starts with a single thought. This book, Think and Grow Rich, delves into this idea. Consider how many thoughts float through your mind each day, from morning until night. Arguably, there are millions of thoughts, each with countless variations and permutations. Recognizing this is key, as these thoughts drive your actions, influence how your body functions, and shape your perception of reality. How you think ultimately determines how you see and interact with the world around you. A bunch of dynamics come into play that create effects through actions we take, and sometimes even through inaction. In the same way, we can wait for action through inaction. Sometimes a thought, especially a negative one, leads us to take actions that self-sabotage and hinder our progress. These actions can set us back when, alternatively, a different thought might not have caused such actions. By not taking those self-sabotaging actions, we actually accelerate our results. We move faster because we avoided actions that would have hindered our progress. It all starts with our thoughts. We need to evaluate what we're thinking and ensure we are fostering the right mindset. This involves thinking in terms of success consciousness, wealth consciousness, or any specific mindset required to achieve the outcomes we desire. From years of experience, I've learned an important truth. When someone desires something so deeply that they're willing to stake their entire future on achieving it, they are almost always sure to win. Why is this so? It's because such unwavering desire aligns your focus and determination. When you refuse to settle for anything less than your goal, you start to notice opportunities that were always there. Often, we miss these opportunities because we view life through a lens of fear, procrastination, or the need for a scapegoat. Overcoming these mental barriers is crucial. Later in this video, we'll explore these concepts in more detail. One of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. Every person has been guilty of this mistake at some point in their life. Interestingly, success often comes just a few steps before the moment we decide to quit. In many situations, what appears to be the end, the point where you feel like throwing in the towel and starting over, turns out to be the moment that tests your persistence and faith. If you can muster the determination to push through, that obstacle may transform into an opportunity. It becomes the very stepping stone you use to create the outcome you've been working toward within the next few steps. Reflect on your own life. Can you recall a time when this was true for you? Chances are, You can identify several moments where persistence paid off. The same is true for me. I can think of many instances where pushing past temporary defeat led to success. This realization is profound. What does it mean? It suggests that life is a test of growth, character, and perseverance. Life, in a sense, is like a vast personal development workshop. If you work on yourself, rewrite the meaning you assign to challenges, and integrate the principles of persistence and self-improvement, you equip yourself to overcome even the toughest situations. When it feels like you've exhausted all options, having the motivation, courage, and persistence to move forward can make all the difference. This doesn't mean relying on blind faith. It means acquiring specialized knowledge, seeking counsel, and applying what you've learned to turn obstacles into opportunities. There are countless success stories and autobiographies that demonstrate this principle. These individuals developed a specialized understanding and wisdom through their struggles, an understanding that many others never gained simply because they gave up too soon. With that added wisdom, they are able to share it with others, as is the case with this book. Additionally, when they encounter a situation in their life that requires a similar level of wisdom to overcome an obstacle, they are now equipped to handle it effectively. Not only can they solve their own challenges, but they can also help others do the same. By helping others overcome similar challenges, they become more valuable. As their value increases, they command higher earnings and better opportunities. For example, hiring someone highly specialized in a particular field is often justified because their expertise delivers exceptional results. The money invested in them to solve a problem, assuming proper quantification and analysis, can yield a significant return on investment. Their ability to solve problems efficiently, effectively, and quickly is what makes them indispensable. This is why some of the best consultants in the world can charge as much as $100,000 a day for their services. While some might question how someone could command such a fee, dismissing it as mere salesmanship, they fail to recognize the depth of expertise involved. These consultants tackle critical problems, and their solutions, built on years of experience and lessons learned from failures, often result in massive returns for their clients. Their specialized knowledge, which is refined through persistence and overcoming repeated failures, holds incredible value. When applied effectively, this knowledge can transform a $100,000 investment into millions of dollars in returns for a business. For instance, if someone guarantees $1 million outcome for a $100,000 investment, wouldn't you make that deal? If you aspire to become the kind of person who can command such high fees, it's essential to embrace failure as part of the journey. Failure provides the insights and wisdom necessary to build expertise, and this expertise is what ultimately sets you apart. Looking at defeat through the lens of what I'm talking about here, you will not necessarily have what it takes to acquire the wisdom that many highly specialized people get paid for. A lot of this wisdom is not found in books or the education system. It is very specialized knowledge. We'll discuss that more, as there's a whole chapter dedicated to it. Before success comes into any man's life, he is sure to meet with much temporary defeat and perhaps some failure. When defeat overtakes a man, the easiest and most logical thing to do is quit. That is exactly what the majority of men do. More than 500 of the most successful men this country has ever known told the author that their greatest success came just one step beyond the point at which defeat had overtaken them. Failure is a trickster with a keen sense of irony and cunning. It takes delight in tripping one up when success is almost within reach. Again, it's a test. But the truth is this: how you think and how you see reality to work will determine the actions you take, and those actions will determine whether you see success or not. Keep your mind alert, and you will observe the strange power that came to the rescue of the child in this story from the book. You will catch a glimpse of this power in the next chapter. Somewhere in the book, you will find an idea that will quicken your receptive powers and place at your command, for your benefit, the same irresistible power. The awareness of this power may come to you in the first chapter, or it may flash in your mind in a subsequent chapter. It may come in the form of a single idea, or it may come in the nature of a plan or a purpose. Again, it may cause you to look back at past experiences of failure or defeat, bringing to the surface a lesson by which you can regain all that you lost through defeat. The answer called for a description of 13 principles, but remember, as you read, The answer you may be seeking to the questions that life's challenges have caused you to ponder may be found in your own mind. It may spring into your mind as an idea, plan, or purpose. One of the reasons you might read a book like this or listen to an audio like this is to evoke insights and perspectives. Certain insights and perspectives are generated as a result of your thoughts, and your mind being in a certain vibrational frequency while you're connecting with and experiencing this information. Now, I'm talking about vibration here, okay? Not to get too far out there, but when you read something that inspires and uplifts you, or you consume information that makes you feel great, even something as simple as music, you notice how you think differently. You notice how you see reality differently. If you're experiencing anger or frustration, it seems to disappear. That's what I'm talking about. When you're at a lower vibration, you experience more anger, fear, or frustration. And this type of information can even feel stressful in those situations. However, we've all experienced high points in our lives, times when we had a lot of confidence, when things seemed to flow and results seemed to happen effortlessly. Because we've experienced these high points, we can put ourselves back into that state of mind. We can do that by following the principles contained within this book. When we do this, we generate ideas, not just random ideas, but ideas based on creating results that are win-win for you, your clients, your prospects, and others. These ideas come from a place of abundance, not scarcity or fear. These ideas will pop up quite frequently the more you maintain this state of mind. You might be feeling a heightened sense of empowerment and a more elevated vibration while listening to this audio. What you want to do is maintain this feeling. Keep it going, both during the listening and after. As you maintain this elevated state, notice the ideas that pop into your mind. Before you go any further in our approach to describing these principles, we believe you are entitled to receive this important suggestion. When riches begin to come, they arrive so quickly and in such great abundance that one wonders where they have been hiding during all those lean years. This is an outstanding statement, especially when we take into consideration the popular belief that riches come only to those who work hard and long hours. Now, when the bullion says this, it's not suggesting that you shouldn't work, put in effort, or take action. It's highlighting something very important we need to disconnect from and understand. We can approach tasks in a way that inspires, uplifts, energizes, and motivates us. When our vibe is high and our energy is elevated, we are more likely to receive insights and perspectives, which allow us to see opportunities that we wouldn't have recognized before. This state of being is closely related to the concept of flow by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. When you are in this high energy space, you are more likely to create and seize opportunities with confidence, speed, and decisiveness, key elements of success. This is in contrast to the frustration, stress, and burnout many people face when working in jobs or businesses they don't necessarily enjoy. Even if those jobs produce money, people often stick with them because they believe there is no other way. However, we must disconnect from this belief. There are many people, myself included, who have found ways to work, create value, and build businesses that inspire, uplift, and excite us. These ventures keep us in a higher state of consciousness, what I call wealth consciousness, offering an abundance mindset rather than one rooted in scarcity. The amount of success and wealth we can create is greatly influenced by how we spend our time. Think about this for a moment. You have 24 hours in a day, and let's say you sleep for 8 hours. What you do with the remaining time will determine the kind of results you achieve. The effort you put in, particularly in creating value for others, plays a crucial role. The truth is, you will always get paid based on the value you create for others, specifically the value that means something to them. We can't dictate what value is. We must learn to understand people so we can recognize what they need. From there, we can create products or services that are useful and necessary, offering them to those who will benefit. Once they buy it, we must deliver it with a high level of quality and expertise. When we do this, we get paid well. This is how wealth is built. However, creating wealth doesn't necessarily mean you have to be stressed out or burnt out. A different perspective on this is to think about a restaurant. When the staff, including the chefs, are passionate about what they do, they take great pride in the value they provide through the food they serve and the experiences they create for their customers. Wouldn't you rather visit a restaurant like this, where everyone is excited about their work, compared to one where the food is good but the staff is stressed and the processes are inefficient?